this dude didn't get a meet and greet, he's making it everyone's problem.
Come to Arrowhead, I get to meet you. That's the perk of playing for the Chiefs.
You realize he didn't even reach out to our management. When this podcast came out, I was like, did he ever reach out to be like in the tents, or did we know he was in the building? He came with Pat, and he thought that because he knows the elevator lady that he could talk to her about just getting down to my dressing room. That's how it works. When I thought about it, I was like, actually, we live in a day and age where I'm not an online person at all. I'm not like on social media like that. And like, I'm genuinely terrified to open my DMs. There's smoke coming out of my DMs. Like, I don't want to go near that. This kind of felt more like I was in an 80s John Hughes movie, and he was just like standing outside of my window with a boombox, just being like, I want to date you. Do you want to go on a date with me? I made you a friendship bracelet. Do you want to date me?
Just come outside and meet me. Just
imagine a garden, a private, sunlit haven, where the air is thick with the scent of fresh blooms, and time seems to pause just long enough for two hearts to catch their breath. You're holding your breath too, watching a hinge a moment that will echo across stadiums, stages, and radio waves. This isn't a Hollywood set. This isn't a scene from a movie. This is the real-life fairy tale that unfolded between Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. It was August 2025, late summer light filtering through leafy branches in the backyard of Kelce's Kansas estate. Taylor, her hair and makeup still effortlessly perfect from the recording of New Heights, stepped outside expecting perhaps a casual sip of wine, a shared smile. But what she found instead was an orchestra of emotion, delicate florals arranged by a hidden team. Sunlight spotlighting the figure of a man who had spent 6 to 8 months designing a custom vintage-style ring just for her. And when Travis Kelce knelt down and whispered through his presence, "Be mine in every era," he offered not just a ring, but a promise. A promise that every song she writes, every stadium tour, every Super Bowl appearance, every secret moment at home would now be theirs to share. As the camera clicked, images capturing the shimmer in her eyes, the breath caught in both their voices, audiences everywhere paused. In the hours that followed, Instagram trembled under the weight of their announcement. "Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married," read the caption that thrust the pop icon and the NFL champion into a new kind of legacy, one of love, fandom, and reigning enchantment. But this was just the beginning. Beneath the spectacle lies an emotional landscape full of planning, second-guessing, and heart-first bravado. Taylor, who once channeled heartbreak into platinum records, and Travis, who once dreamed of a waterborne proposal but chose a garden because it felt more like her. Together, they become more than a couple. They become a phenomenon, a modern romance unfolding before millions, with all the tenderness, strategy, and storytelling of an epic ballad. Their love story didn't begin here, of course. It started years earlier, when one of the greatest pop stars of her generation and one of the NFL's biggest personalities collided. From Wembley Stadium to the Super Bowl, from chart-topping albums to jaw-dropping touchdown catches, Taylor and Travis began to rise not just as individuals, but as a super couple. Media dubbed them America's royal couple, a pair whose presence broke television ratings, whose relationship blurred the lines between sports, music, and cultural spectacle. Yet for all the grandeur, the proposal was deeply intimate. Travis had once imagined popping the question on water, something cinematic, something bold. But instead, he staged a floral wonderland in his Kansas garden because it felt authentic. It felt like Taylor. Florists worked secretly while she was inside getting her hair and makeup done. Timing, location, detail. Every piece was orchestrated with care. The ring itself was a vintage masterpiece, an old-mine brilliant cut diamond designed in collaboration with Kindred Lubeck of Artifacts Fine Jewelry. Kelce spent 6 to 8 months perfecting it, making sure it felt timeless, iconic, and deeply personal. On August 26, 2025, the world finally saw the moment. Taylor and Travis shared their engagement photos with that simple yet unforgettable caption. Within hours, fans flooded timelines, and their posts soared into the ranks of the most liked in Instagram history. Comment sections overflowed with tears, joy, and disbelief. The pop star who once wrote about heartbreak and the NFL player who always led with heart had become engaged. Then came Travis's own words. On New Heights, he sat beside his brother Jason and spoke not as a football star, but as a man in love. He admitted how fun it was to call Taylor his fiancée, how thrilling it was to share the news with his teammates, and how much he valued making the moment deeply personal. He offered advice to anyone listening. Don't try to copy someone else's proposal. Make it yours. Make it about the person you love. Fans were quick to react, and the internet lit up. On Reddit, one fan wrote, "Taylor and Travis are so cute. I'm glad to see how considerate Travis Kelce is of Taylor Swift." Another said, "Seeing them interact on the podcast together made it make so much sense to me on how well they complement each other." The outpouring of support painted a portrait of not just a celebrity couple, but of two people who had truly captured the hearts of millions. The fandom has become part of the love story itself. They aren't just observing from afar. They're invested, offering their own dreams and hopes for what comes next. And what comes next may be even more extraordinary. Reports say the couple is already planning a lavish gilded age-themed wedding in the summer of 2026 at Taylor's Rhode Island mansion in Watch Hill. The home, once famous for her 4th of July parties, is now set to host what could be the most anticipated wedding of the decade. Page 6 describes it as regal magnificent, but also personal to them both. Even comedian John Oliver couldn't resist commenting, joking that their wedding would outshine anything the royal family could produce. And perhaps he's right, because what we're watching isn't just a celebrity romance. It's a story of legacy, vulnerability, and love that feels larger than life. Taylor Swift, who built an empire from songs of heartbreak, now steps into a new chapter. Travis Kelce, who built a career with grit and glory on the field, now redefines himself through tenderness and intentionality. Together, they remind us that fairy tales aren't confined to fiction. Sometimes they unfold right before our eyes, on Instagram, on podcasts, in gardens hidden from the world. And so we stand at the edge of this new era. The proposal is behind us. The announcement has been made. But the wedding, the vows, the promises yet to come, those still wait in the wings. Will it be as intimate as it is grand? Will Taylor write a song for that day alone? Will Travis surprise us with words the way he once surprised her with flowers? One thing is certain, this love story has only just begun. If this story touched your heart, if you believe in fairy tale moments made real, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share your dream wedding ideas in the comments. Will Taylor and Travis surprise us with a private song, a royal level guest list, or something entirely unexpected? Drop your thoughts below, because your fantasy might just become reality.